So I picked up the Sony FX3 back in August, and I've been using it for a couple of months now. I've basically been just shooting a whole bunch of content on it, which I'm going to show throughout this video. I've been putting it to work and kind of just getting to know the camera. So these first clips that you're seeing right here, this is from a weekend trip to Atlanta. This is when I first got the camera. Didn't really know a lot about the settings and whatnot, but I kind of did in a way because I have a Sony A7 IV, which it's basically the same system, just with more features. I picked up this camera because I wanted to get a cinema line camera. I wanted to up my quality, even though the videos that I already shoot are good quality with the A7 IV, but I wanted something higher quality. Now, a couple of things that the FX3 does better than the A7 IV. One of the main things is low light. So I'm not going to bore you all with specs because we all know the specs. There's tons of review videos out there. I'm not going to do a review video, but it has a native ISO of 800 and 12,800. So if you're outside with a lack of light, the native ISO kind of helps you out. For the most part, I try to stay on ISO 800 on this camera. Because for me personally, even though 12,800 is great to have, when you do use it, sometimes it's very noisy and sometimes the picture quality is a little bit not as sharp. It's amazing in low light. I put it through a couple of different scenarios in low light. I think it looks amazing. But a couple other things I love. I'm not sure if you could do this in the A7 IV or not, but I put some custom LUTs in here so I can preview what things look like before I even color grade anything. Shooting in slow-mo. I've been shooting damn near everything in slow-mo. So it has 60 frames per second, which I rarely shoot in. It's not cropped like on the A7 IV, and 120 frames per second. Looks so buttery smooth on this. You can get 120 frames on the A7 IV, but it's limited to only 1080p, which I want everything I shoot to be at the highest quality possible without limitations. So that was another thing with the 60 frames per second being cropped. Even though I don't shoot in 60, but if I do have something that I want to shoot in 60, I would rather it be full frame. As you may or may not know, I also like to do travel content. So like capturing different places that I travel to. Some that I posted on this channel were, I went to Senegal in January of 2023. I went to Copenhagen in May of 2023, which unfortunately I couldn't record because my camera at the time, I put it in my side bag that I had. I also had a bottle of water in there, and bottle of water open, wet the camera, it was done. So that's what made me switch over to the A7 IV. That camera that I had was the Canon M6 Mark II, which I made a video on. It was a good little APS-C camera for the time being, but that just made me like, I have to get a new camera anyway, so let me just get the A7 IV, right? Because at the time I wanted an all-in-one good like hybrid camera. I feel like I made a great choice. Then in that same year, July 2023, I went to London and Amsterdam, which I also posted on this channel. So Copenhagen, Senegal, I didn't necessarily get to capture in like a cinematic way. So whenever I go back to those places, I will. I have a trip coming up, you guys will see. And I think this camera is perfect for the destination that I'm going to. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys like the videos that I've been shooting with the FX3 so far. I don't want to really make this like a super technical video, kind of diving into all of the specs and whatnot of the camera, because you could just look that up on spec sheet. But without further ado, the rest of the video will just be video and some music vibes.